Hey everybody, how's it going? Today I'm going to talk to you about my new hobby, which is growing gourmet edible mushrooms. Now, these aren't the types of mushrooms that you find in the grocery store. These are more exotic and wild species. The one that I'm going to talk about today is lion's mane, Hericium erinaceus. Basically, it's a shaggy white mushroom. And it all begins with this. This is the inoculum. This is the very basic fundamental unit of a fungus, a mushroom, called mycelium. And the mycelium is the fibrous material that starts to come together and make a fruiting body that we call a mushroom. So I purchased this online, and it comes in a syringe. And there's several ways that you can encourage this mycelium to start growing into a fruiting body. You could put it on a petri plate like this, but the growth is rather slow and you only get a two-dimensional surface. So the step up from that is basically grain spawn. Now this is rye grain that has been sterilized after it was hydrated, and I sterilize it in these mason jars in a pressure cooker. This is exactly like an autoclave. It works much the same way. It's basically steam under pressure. So you end up with 250 degrees Fahrenheit, 15 pounds of pressure per square inch, and I actually autoclave these for a couple hours. Okay, I've modified the lid so that it's got a hole, and then I put a cotton ball in it that allows for some gas exchange. So this is a sterile jar. You would pop the lid off, squeeze a little bit of the liquid mycelium culture in, put the lid back on, and put it in a room temperature environment with about reading level light. So they actually need light. When I say reading level, I mean if you could read a book, you've got enough light, but not direct sun. After a couple weeks, the mycelium will fill in the grain, and now you've got grain spawn. So from here, you're going to inoculate the fruiting block. Now I make the fruiting blocks out of sawdust and some wheat bran, and I also use food grade gypsum. This is a polypropylene bag, and it's got a filter so that there's gas exchange, but bacteria and other fungi can't get in. Again, this is sterilized in here. You inoculate this bag, close it back up, then you put it in a humidity chamber. It can be very basic, just a chamber like this that you spritz with water, and you want to make sure you get gas exchange. Several gas exchange events per day, keep it misted, and the end result, if you're lucky, is this. Now, I'm going to harvest this and cook it and eat it, and you see that there's another one growing here. It'll continue to have flushes, maybe 2 or 3 flushes. So the amazing thing about this too is how little of a hole the fungus is growing from. There we go. So all that growth was coming out of a hole about the size of my thumb. And there we have a beautiful captive grown lion's mane mushroom.